Another RWBY Rant. Hopefully the last one. That is, if Volume 10 gets announced. Which, judging by this, it may get announced. Maybe in the next RTX. Who knows? I don't fucking care for it. But yeah, I just got through watching the Epilogue for Volume 9. That was showcased, I believe, yesterday. Because the video that I found says that it was uploaded 14 hours ago at the time of recording this. What do I think of the Epilogue? It was good. That's the thing, it was good. Just like Volume 9, it was good. Half the time. Obviously, I agree with Critter. I agree with the judgmental Critter when she says that the first half of Volume 9 was not really good. Second half of Volume 9 was really good. And honestly, the same thing applied to the Epilogue that they showcased. Half of it was good, half of it was eh. Yeah, it wasn't like it wasn't as bad as it was as the first half of Volume 9. Yeah, if anything, the lowest the Epilogue went was mid, just like the rest of RWBY. Hey-ho! Yeah. I space out for a moment. Yeah, the Epilogue was good, alright? The main point of the Epilogue was to showcase the refugees' life. To showcase the refugees in Menagerie, or not Menagerie, fucking Vacuole. It was to showcase the refugees. So obviously it wasn't important to showcase how they got there. That wasn't important, at least for the Epilogue. Yeah, it could have been answered. But considering what the Epilogue was trying to do, was showcasing, it wasn't important, and I am fine with that. If you have if you know what you're going for, you can get away with something like that. And that is honestly something if you have something important like that, you can get away with it. Sometimes you can't really get away with it because it'll be too much of a plot hole. This, you can get away with it because it's not that much of a plot hole. If anything, it's just more of a question like, how did they get there and how did they all survive and all that crap, blah, 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 blah. Again, not really important. There were some scenes that did make me kind of roll my eye a bit, but again, that's all it just did. It wasn't really important that I need to nitpick at it as much as, I don't know, Critter would have. Honestly, it'd be pretty cool if Critter did a freaking review of this. Honestly, I don't expect her to. But yeah, fucking. The main thing that I do have a problem with this Epilogue was at the end. You know, with Raven bringing the group in. That is honestly something that needs to be answered. Unlike how the beginning with the refugees from Atlas to Vacuole, that can be skipped over. The fact that Raven brought the group to them cannot be skipped over. Just because it made a moment, you still need to have that answered. Because that goes against Raven's character. That has been established. So unless you have established Raven's character or something to make Raven like look for their group or whatnot, or to like, you know, sense that Yang is back or whatnot, it just makes no sense for Raven to bring the group there. If anything, it would make more sense for someone to run the grow and to request his attention immediately at the gates or entrance of fucking Vacuole to see the group walking in. That makes more sense instead of Raven bringing them in, because that doesn't fit with Raven's character. Now, if this was fixing RWBY, it probably would have. Hey! But yeah. But besides that, everything else was pretty good. Especially how the remember her message thing. It was good. Granted, I don't think her message was that good to warrant a freaking memorial, but it was the result of her message that honestly garnered that memorial. So I'll let it pass. It was the result instead of the actual message itself. But yeah, my main disappointment of this is the fact that it should have been in the actual volume. It should have been the after credit scene instead of the advertisement for the Justice League and RWBY crossover movie. Yeah, like I said, if they did that, honestly, that is a scene right there. That scene basically can justify, in fact, it does justify Volume 9 to be canon instead of it being filler. It justifies it. Because that scene alone, it's so powerful and it's powerful enough to showcase that, yes, it does make Volume 9 canon. Granted, yes, Volume 9 still feels fucking filler, and you can definitely rewrite that scene out. But still, if you're gonna go this route, having this scene in as the after credit justifies Volume 9 more so than fucking RWBY's character development. I say that in quotes because most likely they're just gonna revert RWBY back to how she was before, especially with what they did with fucking John. Again, I'm still pissed off about that. But yeah, that scene alone does a bunch of heavy lifting for Volume 9 in its canonicity type deal. Again, I am just so mad that they wasted this opportunity, that they missed it. They should have finished it. This should have been finished and put in Volume 9. I don't care what they say, that is how good this is, and it should have been in the fucking volume. I am so pissed off at them right now. I used to be one of the huge fans of the White Knight type of person. I used to be one of those. But then when I really stopped and looked at the show, really paid attention to the reviews and whatnot and see what they were seeing, and really looked at it and see what they were seeing, honestly, it really freaking, it makes me hate the show because I've basically been lied to by the falseness that the show that not only the show tried to do, but the lies that Rooster Teeth has done. Again, I'm speaking as a writer, there is no way everything that they did here was fucking pre-established. There is no fucking way. Again, as a writer, I have had written stuff from the very beginning to the very end, but when I sit down and record some of it, obviously it goes off course. For example, my freaking Amphibia and Dragon Ball Z thing, spoiler by the way for part 5, I originally written it to have Marcy just not fight Raccoon. Marcy would not fight Raccoon, or if she did, she would not kill Raccoon. But when I sat down and recorded, obviously the way it went, my mind immediately switched it to where Marcy fights Raccoon and kill him. That thing happens basically all the time when I sit down to record my what ifs. The same thing would have to apply here. There is no way everything that they done was pre-made. Was obviously pre-planned. There is no way, because nothing you can do is pre-planned unless you wholeheartedly stick exactly to what you have written. You stick wholeheartedly to what you have written, and most of the time, if you do that, it will just either contradict itself or turn out worse than just letting the show flow naturally. Water. Yeah. So I've just been annoyed by the fact that they've lied to us many times. That Rooster Teeth has lied to us. That RWBY put up this false importance, that false moment, put up this falseness of the show. I am mad at the show for doing all that. I am mad at the creator for doing all that. And I am mad at myself for buying it. Yeah. Again, you can like the show. I'm not saying you shouldn't. I am just mad that I have been lied to. Anyway, that's my freaking rant for this RTX epilogue thing. Yeah. Bye.